Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a little bit of Championship 365 action. And we are back with the big debate. But you guys are seeing this on YouTube now. If you want to tune into any of the other big debates, feel free to head on over to the Planet Sport Network. A lot of fun is to be had in these debates, I think it's fair to say. And we have come up with quite the interesting topic here today, fairly topical as well, with us just having the FA Cup weekend. But the question that I'm going to be posing to these two fine gentlemen here are, would you rather win the FA Cup or see your side promoted to the Premier League? You guys can get involved in this one in the comments down below as well, and also let us know who you think came out on top in this argument. Ben, we'll flip over to you first of all, just for your answer. What are you saying for this one?
The first thing I'd say is these debates are supposed to be fun. I do find them quite stressful in the end. They get very fraught, don't they? But my answer, if I may, is I would rather see my team currently in this era in the Premier League than win the FA Cup.
Interesting stuff. And by that logic, Justin, heading over to you, I'm guessing you're arguing the other side of the fence for this one.
I certainly am. I'd rather have the unforgettable experience of beating a top four team at Wembley on a warm May afternoon.
Yeah, this one's going to be an interesting debate. I always see this one on FA Cup weekend come up on Twitter every now and again. And to be honest, I think there's good points both ways on this one. So I'm interested to see how you guys are going to go ahead and actually argue this one. But Ben, we'll flip over to you for the argument first of all. Talk us why you'd rather get promoted to the Premier League.
The first thing I need to do is just call out some of Justin's Jedi mind tricks, because did you notice already, you asked him which side he was picking, he already added in a sunny day, beating a top four team and at Wembley. Just if anyone's watching and judging this as a pure debate, that's the equivalent of a false start, isn't it? He's already added, he thought he was just slipping them in there, but we notice everything here. But so I just thought I'd point that out, and we can we wipe those points from the record, Justin, that you just made? It's just going to make them a game when we start. So there you go. Yeah. So I'm supposed to be making my argument now. So look, we all know the landscape of modern football. You two are lucky enough to support Championship teams, but my team got relegated into League One. So I know better than most. Actually, no, I'm talking to a Derby fan, aren't I? I don't know better than most the current pains of football supporters. But look, the landscape as it is now, the Premier League and being in the Premier League seems to be of more significance and more viability to a club than that one-off piece of glory. And it'd be interesting to bring up the examples of Pompey and Wigan, who have both done, as you've suggested, and won the FA Cup, both also in League One with Ipswich at the moment. Their fans would give a very interesting sort of first-hand point of view on this. Look, my team won the FA Cup in 1978. I was not born, so I've never seen my team win a major trophy. I have seen my team at Wembley, the old Wembley, lift the playoff trophy. In my lifetime, they have won the first division, but second division as it was then. I was quite young then, so look, it's fairly plain to say none of us have really seen our teams. Although you two support teams that have had glorious histories with many title victories, so that's kind of in the bank for all of the clubs we support. Really, it's not there's no silverware in the bank. There's UEFA Cup in Ipswich's trophy cabinet as well. So I just think now it's all about being at that top table and being up in the Premier League. Ipswich had a sort of short taste of it for a couple of seasons, finished fifth gloriously. And we've had this same debate as Ipswich fans. Would you swap that, fifth place for 5 seasons in the Premier League, like, I don't know, like a Burnley or someone like that, or, actually being viable? But I just think for the worldwide status of your club, yes, the FA Cup is mighty, but I've got to fall on the side of the Premier League, Ben.
Interesting arguments made off the bat there. Justin, your chance to respond. Talk to me about FA Cup glory.
Yeah, there's certainly some interesting points from Ben, but what I will say about the FA Cup is as Ben alluded to, he's never seen Ipswich win his club. He's never seen them win the FA Cup. The last time my club Derby won the FA Cup was in 1946. That's quite a long time before me, and a long time before everybody else as well. And to be able to see your club lift a major trophy at the holy grail of football, that is Wembley, playoff aside, because teams get an opportunity to win the playoffs every season, whereas an opportunity to win the FA Cup does not come along very often. And as well as that, with top four dominance, it makes that extra bit special as well. You look at the past winners of the FA Cup. Ben mentioned Portsmouth and Wigan. They're the only two teams that have won it. Obviously, Leicester City as well last season. They're the only teams that are out that top four bracket that have really made I wouldn't say an effort, but have won the FA Cup, and they've broke that dominance of top four sides. That's what makes it that extra bit special. Obviously, the Premier League brings financial security for 3 years, but the FA Cup brings a lot more than that. It brings a lifetime of memories. I remember going to watch a play actually before Christmas based on the FA Cup win, that Derby's FA Cup win in 1946, and it was absolutely brilliant. You can never take away or forget that moment of an FA Cup win, whereas a promotion is easily forgettable. And as a Derby fan, definitely forgettable based on our last season in the Premier League.
Some very interesting points made there. Ben, I'll give you the chance to respond here. Not to give another argument here to Justin, but is it still the case where if you win the FA Cup, you get that season in Europe as well in the Europa League? Is that still a thing as well to feed in?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an interesting one. Ben, though, your chance now to feed back and go again to some of the points that Justin's made there. What have you got to say?
Yeah, I won't stick the boot in because Justin said a lot of sensible stuff this time. What I will say is the statement that every season someone gets an opportunity to win the playoffs, but not every season someone gets to win an opportunity to win the FA Cup that's patently false, isn't it? Every season someone does get an opportunity to win the FA Cup, but that's me being absolutely pedantic. I do feel Justin's. He makes a good point, I'll concede, on the play, because at the Wolsey Theatre in Ipswich, there was also a production about the 78 FA Cup win. But Justin, it's different now. It's different. It doesn't... Look, in 78, all of Ipswich was probably the best day to be a burglar and work in Ipswich that there's ever been, because the entire of Ipswich was down at Wembley to see Ipswich beating Arsenal. Frankly, it should have been about 5-0, and that was a good Arsenal team as well, but it was a great Ipswich team. But it's just different now, isn't it? And like you said, that dominance of the top teams in the Premier League era, and particularly the post 2000s era, after we came back from the finals over in Wales in Cardiff. Look, Justin, it's not just financial security that the Premier League brings; it's relevance around the world. And when I appear on the excellent Blue Monday podcast, which I founded back in 2015 to cover Ipswich Town, we speak to people, Justin, from Finland, from Sweden, from the other side of the world that picked up on Ipswich and became Ipswich fans in the 80s because of Bobby Robson and Kevin Beattie and Paul Mariner and George Burley. And it's that worldwide relevance. And we worry as Ipswich fans that fan base is gonna drip off, particularly the European fan base from the European days and the days of winning 4-1 at Saint Etienne in a team with Michel Platini, and the only undefeated home record any British team has got in Europe is still from Ipswich Town. I don't know what that's got to do with the Premier League, but my overarching point here is it's that relevance, Justin, that the Premier League brings, broadcast all around the world, and that name recognition and that next generation of fans, like a young Ben in his Preston shirt or a young Justin in his Derby shirt. We are birthing those fans all around the world if you can get your team into the Premier League.
Very strong response there from Ben Bloom, who's come out swinging. Justin, you've got the final chance to serve back at him. What's your argument going to be?
Yeah, I'll make a couple of points here. Firstly, I'll come to you, Ben, my opposing debater. Would you rather go to southern Spain for a little holiday breakaway, COVID aside, no COVID around, easy to get there. Southern Spain, let's say Seville, very nice place. A lot of good gardens there. I think there's a place that they film Game of Thrones there, for example. Would you rather go there or, let's say, Watford?
I'll answer the question honestly, and then I'll call out Justin's Jedi debating trick again. Of course, I would rather go to Spain than Watford generally. But what he's doing, Ben HD and the audience, he's reframing the debate and making it Watford, which I like. Watford versus Seville. But yes, I would rather go to Seville, of course.
There we go. And that's it. No. No, there's a lot more points to make. I think a point I want to make it mainly is about dominance in the Premier League and how a lot of clubs, we mentioned top 4 teams becoming the dominant FA Cup winners, and that is the case. But if I go through the finalists over the years, Stoke City, Hull City, Watford, Millwall, Cardiff, they've all been finalists. Sheffield United got to the semi-finals as a League One side. And I still see replays of those finals. They lost those finals, but I still see fans reminiscing about the moments that they could have won.
Hull were 2-0 up, Justin.
Exactly. You're arguing my point for me, Ben. You shouldn't be doing that, but you're making a very good point. Hull were 2-0 up, and that's memories made, and he didn't even win. And that goes to show that the FA Cup holds a very special place for these people for these supporters that went to watch their team ultimately lose, but they had the chance of winning an FA Cup. Now imagine if they won the FA Cup, how much repetition there'd be of seeing the replays of the goal that won the FA Cup. Yuri Tillemans' FA Cup winning goal last season for Leicester City. I know Leicester City aren't a championship team, but they were 7 years ago. Or 8 years ago, and it just that sort of constant sort of factoring of memories for people, I think, goes above anything else. Goes above economics of being in the Premier League. Goes above income. I think that the fact that you have a memory with a family member. I'm getting very heartfelt here because it's a good way of winning this debate. Actually, is playing on the heartstrings of people. But I go with my dad. Being able to sit there and witness an FA Cup win with my dad would be absolutely magnificent, and it will beat any promotion. And the fact that I support Derby and we could go bust at the end of the season, could liquidate, but if we win the FA Cup, I'd always have that moment with him, and it'd be absolutely fantastic. And that's why the FA Cup, winning the FA Cup, I think trumps promotion. Every team will get the chance to win promotion. I did make that point, and that was a false point because every team has a chance to win the FA Cup, but chances of winning the FA Cup are a lot slimmer than chances of winning promotion every season.
Can I just come back in, Ben, really, really quickly? Yeah. My dad was also sat next to me at Wembley in 2000 when Ipswich were promoted to the Premier League, and that is of equal value to this father and son duo as anything big. What I will do, I don't want to argue Justin's side for him, but I do remember, was it Watson who scored the Wigan goal that beat Man City? I celebrated that goal in my living room, and I never celebrate goals of teams I don't support. But just to counteract that, I did also celebrate. Do you remember that when Barcelona beat Real Madrid 5-0 and Messi played that stupid ball through and David Villa? I got out of my seat for that. And also the Aguero goal, I was in my living room. So, and the Aguero one, I think I jumped maybe 6 inches higher, and that was a Premier League game. So just to really reinforce my argument here. But yeah, the Wigan one was great, wasn't it?
Good points there made on both sides of the fences, and I'm glad that we're putting this one out on YouTube here, so I don't need to make the sort of final judgment, and we can actually throw it over to the people, because you've got me fairly 50-50 split on this one. But a great debate as always. If you guys at home want to tune into more of these, you can check them out over on the Planet Sport Network. Check out everything else that we're all doing on our individual channels as well. But yeah, apart from that, we'll see you all in the next one, and make sure to leave your comments in the comments down below. Who do you think won the debate?